Hello folks and welcome to the Vertigo Tea Party and Let's Try Secrets of Rætikon. It's by Broken Rules, who also made And Yet It Moves. There is an Indiegogo campaign going on right now. It has a $40,000 goal, which is very modest. It ends on November 22nd, 2013. $10 or more will get you instant early alpha access, which does come with a level editor. You will also get a Steam key when it goes live. It's described by the developers as an open-world action-adventure game with a focus on exploration, and they've been working on it for about 2 years now. That said, let's go ahead and get started. So I've played about 30-45 minutes of this. It's been pretty interesting so far. I don't know if this would be the type of game that necessarily would be normally up my alley, but I think after watching a few seconds, you'll be able to decide quickly if it's going to be up yours. That sounded really bad. So this does have keyboard and controller support. I have not tried it with the controller yet, but honestly I think this would probably be better with the controller. But again, just to prove it's not necessary, I will be playing it with the keyboard and not the mouse, because the mouse isn't used. In fact, let's move that cursor out of the way. So you are this bird. You are in the Alps. You control yourself with the cursor keys, spacebar, flaps, so that you get a little speed boost with whatever direction that you're going. E will do a dive. And you can also pick things up, and we'll do that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and blow through this tutorial. As you can see, I don't need these currents, but they do make me go faster or slower as appropriate. Now, there's one thing to notice there, which actually took me a little bit to notice myself. There's a little white horizontal line there. When you go above that, you instantly die. So basically, that is as high as you can go normally. Now, you can build up momentum, and you can get some of these slivers that are up there. Now, what are these slivers for? Slivers are to unlock these little pieces of something. I don't know what they are, but you can carry those pieces of something and unlock cages. What is unlocking cages for? I'm not sure yet. I've not quite gotten that far. Q to grab animals. You can grab animals. You can see I picked up this skull and I dragged it up here and rammed it into a tree limb. Normally I just drop it on the ground, but you can also pick up animals. I'm not sure what these are. Are these just some kind of bird? I think you can pick them up and carry them around. Most of the time I don't really know a purpose to that, but we will actually show a reason to grab animals a little bit later on. You can also grab light objects. Oops, I just crushed myself and that little bird under the rock. Sorry about that. You want to avoid these spines. They do hurt. You can also see our life at the top is that red meter. These red chimes, you run into those. You also get more slivers. So go ahead and get all the slivers we can get. A lot of smaller trees you can pick up. So I can grab it and push up and flap. Pick up this, and I found some health orbs underneath. And you see my health went up as I grabbed. Let's go and grab this other tree. Throw this over here. Grab this other health orb. And you can grab bushes and things like that as well. Throw that over there. But, ouch. I think I killed that bird. That's it. I apologize. Yeah, at the bottom of this bush, as you can see, you can use this as a weapon because it does have thorns on the bottom, and I accidentally killed that bird. Oh, and the other one. Jeez, sorry. Wow, I'm some kind of monster. So these altars require the slivers to activate. And you can see at the bottom here, this one requires 25. So I can just hold W and pop all the slivers that I have, which is just happens to be... Oh, actually, I had 2 more than I need. Once that activates, I can grab the lever and activates, and now I will get this item. It's a shard. That's what it is. Okay, we want to grab the shard, and we're going to go deposit this so we can open more cages. Which again, I don't know what the purpose of opening the cages is just yet, but I'm sure we will find out once the full game is released. Again, keep in mind this is an alpha, so any kind of bugs, oddities, etc., keep that in mind. Also, things obviously will change before retail, almost certainly. So we can drop this into any of these open holes. I don't think it matters which one. I'm just going to drop it in here because it's what I dropped it in last time. Let's get it up a little bit. There we go. You don't have to be exact. It's somewhat forgiving on where you drop it. So you can see that cage on the left-hand side opened up. Find the other 6 shards, open all the cage doors. Just fly to the right, so we'll do that. We'll let the game tell us what to do for now. Take the current and fly over. I would like this flying to be a little smoother. Sometimes it seems okay, sometimes not. Now these are some jerk birds that fly around and kill us and other birds. Now, I found that you can kill them. The only way I could find to do it was to grab them and pull them into thorn bushes. So, which took a little time. It was a little bit tedious, and all I got out of it was health. So, not really worth it for the most part. There's maybe easier ways to kill them later on. I don't know. Now, you can grab these trees like we did before. A lot of times underneath we'll find health. I haven't found any slivers underneath the trees. So, I usually just leave them alone unless I need health, because the other birds have attacked me, or I fell into the spiked things too often. Now let's find, there are many like puzzles, if you could call it that. It's not where it's basically, it's not where it's saying, look, you can't progress until you solve, you know, put X into Y slot, and you have to figure out how to do that. There's just little things like we see, like I see these two different rabbits. They look different and they're kind of separated. So I was like, what happens if I pick this rabbit up and gently fling him over? Oh, looks like they're in love, or at least having sex a lot. Whichever. You don't need to have that. Just have crazy bunny sex. And they pop out little bunny rabbits. So there's interesting little puzzles, I guess you could call them, but I don't know if I would necessarily call, you get the idea. Puzzle-like features. And again, those orange spikes you definitely want to avoid, or throw other enemies, or throw other creatures into. They don't have to be enemies. Like these innocent things, you could throw them in there if you're some kind of monster. Again, the skulls, if you drag them up high enough and let them fall, they usually break. There we go. That time I just got a little momentum and threw it into the ground. So you might be asking yourself, what's the point? Basically, the point is to fly around, find these slivers, and find the altars, activate them, grab the shards, and then fly them back. Oh, let's open this up. And again, because before I could not get through that tree. So, bam, I used the rock and busted through the tree. The puzzles do feel pretty natural in that, I mean, they're still obviously contrived to an extent, but it's not quite as artificial as other games, I guess you could say. Let's go ahead and grab this guy. Now, you can't hold on to other animals for very long. Some animals are harder to hold on to than others. Okay, yep. Got a bunch of slivers there. We're up to 35 slivers. Wow, we're doing pretty darn good on slivers. And you'll also find things like this. This isn't an altar, however, it's just some kind of a device. So let's go ahead and feed it the 10 slivers. And, gee, I wonder, we can actually just grab this. Pull it back as far as we can go with our little bird arms. Oh, trying to get the momentum going here. Come on. There we go. Oh, screwed it up, but I think this will be enough. I was trying to actually push it. Come on. I didn't have this much trouble before. This should... There we go. And that will break through the wall and allow me to get these. And it's a whole new area that I can go to over there, but I won't going to go over there just yet. There's another skull we can grab. Come on. Grab. There we go. And we will actually... Oh, I slammed it into a tree. That seems like an easier way to do it. So now here's a very innocent looking branch just randomly in a rock. So let's pull it out. See what happens. Well, we get caved in. And we fly up in the trees. And what do you know? Secret area. I do like trying to find all the hidden areas. Trying to find where all the slivers are being kept. That is pretty fun. The movement is pretty intuitive. It doesn't take very long, and I felt like I was relatively fluent in my flying. Yep, there's some more up here, so we can kind of get a good... And if we can get our momentum a little bit better, we can get them all. Very bright up there. The sun's also a triangle. Most objects in the game are made out of triangles, as you can probably tell. Now, this bird is a real jerk, because he grabs you, and you can't get away until he lets you go. He's trying to throw us into the spikes. As you can see, he's done that to a lot of other things. So what we're going to do is, this is another, not gate, but some kind of device. So let's go ahead and power it up. And I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to fly it around. As you can see below it, I'm opening that gate. So let's see what's in there. So you can see, as you can see, and as I mentioned before, this is very heavily exploration based, just kind of checking the world out. I gotta go away from this stupid bird. I can't figure out a way to kill it either. Like, I've tried to dive bomb it, but it's pretty hard to do, to line it up. Ah, I thought I could sneak by. So yeah, this guy is pretty annoying. Honestly, one of the better ways to get him off your tail is for other things to come around. Ah. Yeah, this guy is pretty damn annoying, and he flies faster than you. And there's, like I say, as far as I can tell, no way to get away without trying to juke him. And its controls don't seem to be that good that I can juke him easily. Alright, we're just going to try one more time to get past him. Oh, jeez, come on. So yeah, that guy probably needs a little work. Especially being right where he's at. If I can pull this away. Yeah, especially with the keyboard, I can't really juke him enough. And like I said, he flies faster than you, so it's pretty annoying to try to get away from him. Alright, we're just going to forget this for now. Let's go over here, and I'll show you that area that I've opened up with these slivers. And show you some of the more precise flying that you have to do. Like I say, for the most part, it controls well. Just when you're trying to be very specific on getting through a small hole quickly while being chased by a large bird, it can be just a little difficult. Now this part is a little touchy, which again, this is where it starts to feel like maybe you should use a controller, because this is not that bad. I am having to flap because there's a wind going against me here, but as you can see, running into the spikes is not good, or the thorns, and there's not a lot of ways to get your health back. I know before there was a ton of health in that one area, but trust me, that is the exception to the rule. And unfortunately, every time you get hit, you drop whatever it is you're carrying. So not only are you flying up into the wind, you're carrying this object, and one hit makes you drop it. So this is a pretty annoying part, to be honest. I didn't bother trying to get this very far. Like I tried a few times, and then that kept happening, and finally I was like, screw this, and did not bother anymore. Now if you die, which I might very soon, because there's unfortunately no health over here, then I think you just restart roughly where you were. You see there's some foxes over here. Also, sometimes it's hard to tell what you can fly through and sometimes you can't. Doesn't usually turn out to be a big issue. And it says this will look really cool when it's done, we promise. Well, I will trust you guys on that. So if you see here, and there's another area where this puzzle came up. There is a statue of a fox here, and one of the the pieces that I was trying to drag up in the thorny area was another piece of this fox statue. So obviously, once you get this fox statue together, something happens. What that is, I don't know, because like I said, both times. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can I not pull that up? Both times I got pretty annoyed with trying to get that piece through the hole and said, screw this noise. Now these foxes actually leave you alone. If you fly past them, they will give you slivers. One thing I do not like is when you're low on health, you probably hear the heartbeat sound, the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump. This can be pretty agitating, and honestly the main reason I don't like being low on health is the constant thumping. I think maybe some thumping at the beginning to let you know, like, hey, you're going into the danger zone with Kenny Loggins. That would be good. But having it do it constantly, especially given how difficult it can be to find health, that can be a little annoying. Okay, so let's try to wake this fox up. Okay. To get him to move his tail, so I can grab this. And we'll fly over here. We'll play about another 2 to 5 minutes, because I think you guys are getting the gist of this. It's an interesting game. Let's go ahead and drop these in here and activate this. And here, oh, let's flip the switch as well. It's an interesting premise. Just flying around and solving puzzles, grabbing the slivers, grabbing the parts, all of that, or the, what's it called? Shards. Yes, the shards. It's an interesting premise. And I think, again, by now, if this is going to be the type of thing that's up your alley, you'll know that already. Also, sometimes when you fly by objects, you'll get this weird, language popping up. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing there's something later on that you can use to understand what it's trying to say or decipher whatever language that is. But let's go ahead and actually get this back to where we were. You see there's a rabbit there. You know what? Let's drop this for there. Drop this for now. I want to pick this rabbit up. Again, the bigger rabbits are actually harder to carry. As you can see, they'll actually keep breaking free. Don't you dare grab that. Here, come with me over here. So you can... Oh! And that's kind of a problem too, is that like an area like this, it's hard to see. Do I have the rabbit or not? I think I had him. Yes. So I wonder if we can feed them to the foxes, maybe? Nope, the foxes do not care. The foxes are pretty mellow, I guess. So let's grab this and actually try to get it back. Which might be a little harder than you would think. Don't jump down there, rabbit. Trust me. It's not good. So now actually getting back is a bit easier because the flow of the air is with you. And if I drop this here, I just have to pick it up off the ground instead of having to fly back down and picking it up. So we're going to try to zoom through here. Again, interesting game. And I'm not trying to fall into the trap of saying this game is interesting and meaning, this is not that fun, but it's interesting idea. Because again, when I preview, not review, because this game is an alpha, when I preview these games, keep in mind that I'm trying to put this in a way that I want you to figure out, is this the type of game for you? Because just because it's not the type of game for me, doesn't mean that those of you watching would not be interested. Because again, I think this is something that just watching it, the goal, my goal, oh god, this is a pain. Yep, because he will grab that and you have to get it back. And this is what I was talking about not being as easy as you thought. But anyway, the goal of my videos here, not to get into a long side thing, is to let you guys decide on your own. Is this the type of game for me? Obviously, I would give my personal input and say, you know, this is enjoyable. I would pick this game up immediately. But regardless of my feelings on it, I want you guys to think, okay, he didn't like it, but this looks right up my alley. Okay, got some health back at least. Alright, let's see if we can't get it back. Luckily, if you look, there is a little bit of a visual indicator of where they're gone when they've stolen your part. I've forgotten the name already. He's actually taken it where we need to go. Now the hard part is getting it back. See, the press Q when we get close to him. There we go. Need to dodge him. Almost. So yeah, if there was a better way to deal with these birds, I would like to know it. Because this part can be pretty frustrating. Trying to get to the bird that's much faster than you, I cannot figure out how to kill. Like maybe if you can drop rocks on their head, I don't know, but they move pretty quick. Or this guy moves pretty quick. And you don't move all that quick. Like I want there to be, I mean you can move like this, but like when you flap, you see how it's kind of stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So I'd like to be able to do some kind of faster, consistent flying, if possible. Though I understand, I grabbed it, but he grabbed it right back. Though I understand that's probably a balance thing, so it could just be me. But yeah, trying to catch up to these faster birds can be a chore and a half. Especially when they do that. Sometimes he'll just leave. Like last time, he just buggered off. Nope. Yeah, see, I just don't know how to get away from him. And I'm trying to fly up and down, but it doesn't really seem to matter that much. He catches me regardless. Oh, let's fly up. Fly up. See if we can lose him through here. Now watch him fly out from the bottom. Oh, nope. See, he is so much faster. Try to juke him back and forth here. Alright, see, finally he just gives up. Luckily, I was able to use mad flying, my mad avian skills to get away. But I still don't think I'm actually in the right spot. I think we need to go. If I don't find it here in the next minute or two, I will just leave it. I think this is where we went in, isn't it? Oop. Music stopped. Okay, here we go. So now we can fly back and drop this off. And again, we can just put this anywhere. And we open another cage. And that will do it for now. Again, this is a very interesting game. Again, the name of it is Secrets of Rætikon. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It does have the Indiegogo. I will have a link to the Indiegogo and the information below the video. Definitely check it out. Another key point is, if you're not sure on it, but you're interested enough to put in at least the $10, you do get immediate alpha access. Well, immediate. I think they're doing it by hand, so you might not get it immediately, but you should get it within 1 to 2 days. Which again does have a level editor if you are into the idea of creating your own levels. And then possibly if you really like it, then obviously you could up your contribution to their Indiegogo campaign. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video and what you thought of this game in general. Leave your comments. Please like my videos if you like them, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.